aspect of equipment for secondary pupils, what would it be and why?
People often focus on what we have as equipment and facilities, and of course that's really important. But the thing that I think is most important about our school actually is the people, the pupils in it, and the teachers and the staff who work here. And that's been what we've really invested in a lot. Of course, we've also had some new buildings, haven't we? In fact, we're sitting here in a TV studio, but we've also got a really fantastic drama studio, a relatively new sports hall, and lots of new classrooms.
What subjects do we do in Year 7 and beyond that are different to primary?
One of the things that's really different when you move into secondary is that the subjects are a little bit more separate. They're what we call subject disciplines. And one of the things that's really important to me is that when you reach the age of 11 plus, that you're taught by people who are experts in their subject. A little bit different, that you have separate history and separate geography, for example. You do carry on learning French, you do have PE, and all the subjects that you've been used to, but they're taught by specialist teachers, so teachers who've got to a very high level of qualification in that subject. So at some point in your journey, probably in Year 9, you'll be offered the opportunity to learn German as a new language. Do you know any German already? Not yet, but German comes onto the curriculum. Also classics, and I've mentioned that we're in this studio here, so film studies is also one of the subjects that you can add on later if you want. And in science, we offer not just science like you do now, but specialist sciences, so those who wish to can choose to do biology, physics and chemistry.
Does each year group have a head boy and head girl?
No, actually no, but you know what, that's a really good idea. Did you think of that? Yeah, okay, I think that's an excellent idea. I might start thinking about that. But what each year group does have is representatives. So there is a school council, yes, and each class elects some representatives to be on that school council, so that we hear the voice of the pupils in the school.
The biggest change in moving from primary to secondary?
For you three, because you're already in our primary, you know the site well, don't you? And you know the staff well, because some of them you've met already. You probably will feel it as a very gradual transition, which is exactly what we hoped for when we set up this idea of an all-through school. There will be some differences. I've already mentioned doing a little bit more separate subjects and moving around the school a little bit more. But then you'll be joined by other pupils from elsewhere, so that will be different too. So having been just 90 of you, there'll be then 150 of you. So there'll be at least 60 people who you haven't met before, but that will be great because you'll meet new people, make some new friends, get some different ideas. And for those people joining us who've come from different schools, they've got a big advantage too, because half or more than half of their year group are really familiar with the site, and you'll be able to help them to settle in, won't you? Show them around, and it won't feel like a big new school that's terribly daunting. I think people, when they come here, usually find that they settle in really quickly.